So there's a rumor about the Intergalactic The Heretic profit making rounds in 4chan. I know. We're gonna take a salt mine of salt with this one because yeah, nobody actually believes what's actually coming out of 4chan. But there could be some credibility to this. It's been making rounds in the gaming world, and people are saying that it's fake. And I don't know. I haven't actually looked at it. So let's read it together and see what it says. But yeah, I would definitely take a bucket of salt with this one. I'm not sure. Let's have a look. It's this anonymous person. Obviously, it's 4chan, so we don't know who it is. It says worked on QA on builds from February to May. So he worked on a quality assurance testing for an earlier build of the game. Mind you, this game comes out probably end of next year or even later. So this, I'm not sure how like what the build look like. It could be very early. Can't say much or I'll get F. But here's what I saw. Oh, tough. Naughty Dog is running a tight ship. Think The Last of Us 2 meets Dark Souls. Not open world in the Ubisoft sense, it's like a nested sandbox, but areas with layers of traversal. Planet side traversal equals mix of glider, parkour, and these fate anchors you can link to unlock fast travel checkpoint. Yeah, okay. I mean, none of this sounds too crazy. It sounds to me like most of this stuff is kind of can be very safe guesses based on what's already available, the information that's already available about the game. So not sure. Let's read on. Combat is very good, satisfying feedback, several combos by stringing jumps and dashes into attack. You can break limbs to handicap enemies and use special tools to inflict unique status. It's very similar to God of War 2018, but with less focus on combos, juggling enemies. You can use weapons, including the pistols seen in the trailer, to target weak points, some of which can be seen while the enemy attacks. The effect of metal destruction, explosions, and particles is really well made. Yeah, so we already know that Neil Druckmann really loved Elden Ring and he wanted to make a game that's inspired by it, which is, a player driven experience, not a narrative driven like the past games that he's made. So this kind of makes sense. And this is a very safe case that anyone can make at this point about this game. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether this is a real leak or not. But yeah, you never know because there's a lot of fake leaks on 4chan, but once in a while you get a real one. So not sure at this point. The bounty hunter protagonist talks with the dialogue wheel is back, but very sparse. Player is still mostly alone. Several encounters are optional. You can stealth, avoid, even negotiate sometimes, or hack enemies. All right. Okay. So this this is like a Star Wars Outlaws, but like in a very grittier, like much more fleshed out, more tightly focused, story driven setting, I guess, because it's not open world. It's not going to be open world. The planet is a tomb of failed civilizations. Think Elden Ring lore, but in space. Yeah. Something cut the planet off from the rest of the galaxy 600 years ago, shortly after a techno cult implemented a planet wide lockdown. Druckmann's script is heavy. All right, listen, I have. So this person do QA for this earlier build of the game. I'm not sure why they would have this much of information about the story if they are just QA testing. It makes no sense. As far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, there's no usually people who go to QA testing, they don't actually get told about the story as much. They just basically, go in and I guess they have to sign their NDAs and stuff and then they just play test, but they don't get told the details about the game for obvious reasons. So I don't know why Especially if the game is, so early in development, which I believe it is. I don't know whether you'll have all this information. I don't know where he or she gets it from. So I don't know. It feels a bit like bullshit to me. The, there's cutscenes and several characters you interact, but you can still piece together a lot of info by finding items, journal entries, and exploring. Again, just the typical plain game shit that you can guess. This is not crazy. Tested on PS5 Pro dev kits. Lighting engine is insane. Whole level shift color based on planetary phase throughout the game, so you can cut off. Music goes from ambient drone to metal religious choir, and then to rock. There are relics that work like builds, but you can hold two and swap them, and those can be upgraded. Final thing, yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm coming back to the fact that these are pretty safe guesses that you can make based on current information we have about the game and the games that Naughty Dog has made in the past. These are pretty safe guesses. It's like someone says, Ghost of Yote is set in Japan. No, duh. Like, yeah. Congratulations, you made a good guess there. So I don't know. It's pretty like obvious stuff here. So I would probably, I don't know. I don't think this is a real leak, to be honest. Even though this is making the rounds everywhere. Um, these are pretty safe guesses. It says final thing launch window internally said late 2026, but fully cinematic trailer at Game Awards 2025 if things stay on. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I don't know, dude. It feels like just a bunch of bullshit to me. I mean, it's not bullshit, I guess, in the sense most of this could end up being true because they're pretty safe guesses. But I don't think this person is an actual credible person that has inside information. I I don't know. Yeah. People are like, don't care, don't didn't ask, fake and gay. It just sounds like every other generic AAA game. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, right? If they posted like this with a maybe like a photo of them just like before the setup, like the before playtesting or like a sneaky photo or something, then yeah, I'll be like, oh, okay. I might believe you. I believe you, but then there's nothing like that. So this is just like bunch of guesses. That's framed like information. So okay, says OP here forgot to add. Player has the option to give all side characters a sex change operation. Yeah, this is typical 4chan. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna read all those comments. You can go have a look at it, but it's yeah, it's interesting. I think this is bullshit. I don't think this is real, but it's still interesting how this is going the rounds, making the rounds, and take it with a bunch of salt, a bucket of salt, and let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'll catch you in the next one.